MEDAGENTSBENCH, benchmarking thinking models and agent frameworks for complex medical reasoning. Xian Gru Tang Daniel Shao Jiwung Son Jai Pen Chen Jai Zhang Jinyu Zhang Fang Wu Club Yilan Zhao Qinglin Wu Wenqi Shi Diamond Armin Cohen Mark Jerstein Yale University Club Stanford University Diamond UT Southwestern Medical Center Tang at Yale.edu Abstract Large Language Models LLMs have shown impressive performance on existing medical question answering benchmarks. This high performance makes it increasingly difficult to meaningfully evaluate and differentiate advanced methods. We present MEDAGENTSBENCH, a benchmark that focuses on challenging medical questions requiring multi-step clinical reasoning, diagnosis formulation, and treatment planning scenarios where current models still struggle despite their strong performance on standard tests. Drawing from 7 established medical datasets, our benchmark addresses 3 key limitations in existing evaluations. 1. The prevalence of straightforward questions where even base models achieve high performance. 2. Inconsistent sampling and evaluation protocols across studies. And 3. Lack of systematic analysis of the interplay between performance, cost, and inference time. Through experiments with various base models and reasoning methods, we demonstrate that the latest thinking models, DeepSeek R1 and OpenAI O3, exhibit exceptional performance in complex medical reasoning tasks. Additionally, advanced search-based agent methods offer promising performance-to-cost ratios compared to traditional approaches. Our analysis reveals substantial performance gaps between model families on complex questions and identifies optimal model selections for different computational constraints. Our benchmark and evaluation framework are publicly available at http URL MEDAGENTS Benchmark. 1. Introduction. LLMs have demonstrated remarkable capabilities in medical natural language processing tasks, from answering clinical questions to assisting in diagnostic processes. Singhal et al. 2025, Jin et al. 2022, Chen et al. 2023, A.B. Zhu et al. 2023, Gao*= contributions. Figure 1. Performance analysis of large language models on medical tasks. Overall pass at 1 accuracy comparison across models in zero-shot setting. The score is an average of 7 test sets. Results: MedQA, PubMed QA, MedMacA, MedBullets, MMLU, MMLU Pro, MedXCA, and MedExpert QA. Et al. 2024. However, as shown in Figure 1, even OpenAI O3, GPT-4o, and Claude 3.5 Sonnet struggle with complex medical scenarios that require deep domain expertise and multi-step reasoning. Zhu et al. 2024, Fan et al. 2025, Shi et al. 2024. To enhance LLMS medical reasoning capabilities, researchers have proposed various approaches. As summarized in Table 1, these methods range from general-purpose techniques like chain-of-thought (COT) and self-consistency (SC). Y et al. 2022, Wang et al. 2022 to domain-specific frameworks such as MedPrompt. Chen et al. 2024 B. While these traditional approaches provide modest improvements, recent evidence suggests that agent-based methods or agent workflows demonstrate superior performance. Methods like MedAgents Tang et al. 2023 and MEDAGENTS Kim et al. 2024 leverage multi-agent collaboration frameworks to achieve more robust medical reasoning. However, with the ADAR-ZIV 2503.07459 v2cs.cl20 mar 2025. Method description. Chain of thought. Y et al. 2022 elicits reasoning in large language models. Self-consistency. Wang et al. 2022 improves chain of thought reasoning through sampling diverse reasoning paths. MedPrompt. Chen et al. 2024 B. Multi-round prompting with ensemble voting for medical question answering. Multi-persona. Wang et al. 2023 Task Solving Agent through Multi-Persona Self-Collaboration Self-Refine Madon et al. 2024 Iterative Refinement with Self-Feedback Med Agents Tang et al. 2023 Collaborative Multi-Agent Framework for Zero-Shot Medical Decision Making MD Agents Kim et al. 2024 A Dynamic Multi-Agent Collaboration Framework for Medical Reasoning Aflo Zhang et al. 2024 Automating Agentic Workflow Generation SBO Zhang et al. 2025 Self-Supervised Prompt Optimization Table 1 Methods Overview. The reasoning approaches spanning 4 categories: baseline prompting methods, advanced prompting techniques, agent-based frameworks, and search-based agent methods. Vent of advanced thinking models like OpenAI O3 Mini and DeepSeek R1, as well as the development of search-based agent frameworks, it remains an open question how these models perform in medical reasoning tasks. Several critical challenges in the evaluation of medical reasoning capabilities create a significant gap in our ability to assess advanced LLMs and agent frameworks. As shown in Table 2, existing medical reasoning datasets, while extensive, contain a substantial proportion of straightforward questions derived from standardized examinations. On these simpler questions, even base LLMs achieve high performance. See Table 3, full columns obscuring meaningful evaluation of advances in reasoning methods. B. The inconsistent sampling practices across different studies where researchers subjectively select approximately 300 questions from datasets containing thousands of examples. Tang et al. 2023, Kim et al. 2024 A further inhibit reliable comparisons between approaches. This lack of standardized sampling methodology opens the door to potential cherry-picking and creates challenges for fair cross-method evaluation. See, moreover, current benchmarks fail to systematically capture the critical interplay between performance, computational costs, and inference time factors that significantly impact real-world deployment decisions. This landscape motivates our work on MEDAGENTSBENCH, a benchmark specifically designed to evaluate complex medical reasoning capabilities where standard benchmarks fall short. Unlike existing benchmarks that either focus on general medical knowledge or suffer from ceiling effects, MEDAGENTSBENCH employs a rigorous pipeline that, 1. Draws from 7 diverse established medical datasets: MedQA, PubMedQA, MedMcCaw, MedBullets, MMLU, MMLU Pro, MedXCaw, and MedExpert QA. 2. Applies difficulty-based filtering to select questions that challenge current models, specifically questions where fewer than 50% of tested models provide correct answers. 3. Conducts thorough contamination analysis to ensure validity, and 4. Incorporates human annotations from medical professionals to verify reasoning depth requirements. Our comprehensive experiments yield several key insights. Thinking models like DeepSeek R1 and OpenAI O3 substantially outperform traditional approaches, achieving 15-25% higher accuracy on complex medical reasoning tasks. B. Among traditional and agent-based approaches, advanced search-based agent methods like Aflo offer the best performance-to-cost ratio, achieving results that approach thinking models while requiring fewer computational resources. And C. Open-source models can achieve competitive results at significantly lower operational costs. 2. Related work. The evolution of medical reasoning has progressed with numerous specialized datasets. Popular benchmarks like MedQA Jin et al. 2021, PubMedQA Jin et al. 2019, and MedMcCaw Pal et al. 2022 established the foundation with standardized multiple-choice questions from medical licensing exams and PubMed abstracts. The field then expanded to domain-specific resources like Clinical Notes Pampuri et al. 2018 and Question Summarization Abacha et al. 2021. This evolution continued with integrating visual elements through datasets like Pathology Images He et al. 2020, Radiology Questions Sony et al. 2022, B et al. 2023, and Dental Care Zhang et al. 2025, broadening the scope of medical reasoning beyond text-only questions. To address linguistic and regional diversity, multilingual datasets emerged. Villers and Gomez Rodriguez, 2019, Hertzberg and Lockrans, 2024, Alatunji et al., 2024. Additionally, event-driven resources like COVID-QA Merler et al. 2020 were developed to address pandemic-specific information needs. The ecosystem further matured with comprehensive collections such as Multi-Med QA Singhal et al. 2023, which benchmark size AVG lens options description Med QA Jin et al. 2021 1273 167.14 multiple choice questions from medical licensing exams PubMed QA Jin et al. 2019 500 316.13 questions based on PubMed abstracts Medmacapal et al. 2022 2816 18.74 questions from IAMS and NEET PG entrance exams Med Bullets Chen et al. 2024 A 308 213.15 questions from MedBullets online medical study platform MedXQA Kim et al. 2024 B 935 19.14 multiple choice questions across additional 5 medical specialties MedExpert QAs UO et al. 2025 2450 257.410 advanced medical questions with understanding U and reasoning R. MMLU Hendricks et al. 2021 1089 55.94 multitask questions covering medical and other academic domains MMLU Pro Wang et al. 2024 818 57.43-10 multitask questions covering medical and other academic domains MEDAGENTSBENCH 862 147.43-10 hard subset across all datasets Table 2 medical question answering datasets. Knowledge-based QA datasets are curated from medical literature, professional journals, and educational resources. Traditional benchmarks, recently emerging benchmarks, and general-purpose benchmarks are shown with corresponding colors. 10-4, 10-3, 10-2, 10-1 cost dollar and log scale 10-15, 20-25, 30 pass at 1%. Zero shot, few shot, TSC multi persona self refine med prompt med agents, MD agents, SPO a flow, zero shot, few shot, TSC multi persona self refine med prompt med agents, MD agents, SPO a flow, zero shot, 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 GPT 4.0 mini GPT 4.0 deep seek V301 mini 03 mini QWQ 32B deep seek R1 llama 3.3-70B Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 Haiku 0 shot few shot TSC multi-persona self-refine med prompt med agents MD agents SPO a flow Pareto front figure 2 performance analysis of agents and models on MEDAGENTSBENCH. Cost-performance trade-off analysis showing pass at 1 accuracy versus cost per sample in log scale, with marker sizes indicating inference time. Different markers represent various prompting methods, while colors distinguish different models. The Pareto frontier red dashed line indicates optimal cost-performance trade-offs. Binds 7 distinct medical datasets. Research in applying LLMs to medical tasks has progressed through several distinct phases. Initial efforts focused on evaluating the capabilities of general-purpose LLMs in medical contexts, with numerous surveys and benchmarks. Thuranavukarasu et al. 2023, Lavin et al. 2024, Gilson et al. 2023 establishing baseline performance metrics. General Foundation Models Singhal et al. 2023, Asham et al. 2023 have achieved physician-level performance through prompt engineering without medical domain-specific training. This was followed by the development of domain-specialized open-source models Han et al. 2023, Wu et al. 2024, Chen et al. 2023 see that were either pre-trained on extensive medical corpora or fine-tuned on medical datasets to better capture domain-specific knowledge and terminology. The field then advanced toward specialized reasoning methods. Liu et al. 2024, Shi et al. 2024, and retrieval augmented generation. Jin et al. 2023, Jiang et al. 2024, Xing et al. 2024. More recently, agent-based frameworks have shown particular promise, with MEDAGENTS Tang et al. 2023 and MEDAGENTS Kim et al. 2024 leveraging collaborative multi-agent systems for complex medical decision-making. These developments collectively represent a shift toward more sophisticated reasoning capabilities in medical AI, with thinking models demonstrating exceptional performance on complex medical reasoning challenges. 3. MEDAGENTSBENCH. MEDAGENTSBENCH is a carefully curated benchmark designed to evaluate complex medical reasoning tasks. Drawing from 8 established medical datasets. MedQA Jin et al. 2021, PubMed QA Jin et al. 2019, MedMaca Pal et al. 2022, MedBullets Chen et al. 0 100 200 300 400 500 number. Questions 13 9 23 15 36 25 37 21 47 30 57 69 99 131 206 555 MedQA Total QS 1273 0 200 400 600 800 1000 number. Questions 139 23 100 214 115 19 124 16 158 28 154 179 186 237 332 1090 MedMaca Total QS 2816 0 50 100 150 200 250 number. Questions 54 50 15 12 13 10 10 13 11 25 56 281 PubMed QA Total QS 500 0 20 40 60 80 number. Questions 21 16 12 19 21 25 24 35 30 24 81 MedBullets Total QS 308 0 50 100 150 200 250 300 number. Questions 77 31 44 17 57 26 44 14 33 12 24 32 55 71 90 291 MMLU Pro Total QS 818 0 200 400 600 number. Questions 16 14 11 15 17 24 40 38 83 132 699 MMLU Total QS 1089 0 / 101 / 102 / 103 / 104 / 105 / 106 / 107 / 108 / 109 / 1010 / 10 models correct 0 100 200 300 400 500 600 number. Questions 88 53 14 13 10 8 14 12 14 22 23 29 38 57 626 MedXQA Total QS 935 0 / 101 / 102 / 103 / 104 / 105 / 106 / 107 / 108 / 109 / 1010 / 10 models correct 0 200 400 600 number. Questions 670 44 341 20 192 14 173 9 141 13 87 66 62 48 42 39 Med Expert QAR Total QS 1861 0 / 101 / 102 / 103 / 104 / 105 / 106 / 107 / 108 Distribution of correct answers across datasets. Selected hard, unselected hard, easy hard / easy boundary. Figure 3. Distribution of model performance across 8 medical datasets: MedQA, MedMCA, PubMedQA, MedBullets, MMLU Pro, MMLU, MedXCA, and MedExpertQA. Each subplot shows the number of questions answered correctly by different proportions of models x-axis, k/n, where k is the number of correct models and n is the total number of models. Questions are categorized as either hard left of the dashed line, 50% of models correct, or easy right of the dashed line, greater or equal to 50% of models correct, with selected questions highlighted in darker shades. The total question count for each dataset is indicated in the subplot titles. 2024a, MMLU Hendricks et al. 2020, MMLU Pro Wang et al. 2024, MedXQA Kim et al. 2024b, and MedExpertQA Zuo et al. 2025, we systematically construct a challenging subset that focuses on more complex reasoning scenarios. A detailed description can be found in Appendix A. As shown in Table 3, these source datasets vary significantly in size from 174 to 2,816 questions, average token length 18.7 to 316.1, and number of options 3 to 10, providing diverse evaluation contexts. Our hardset selection process is based on 3 key criteria. 1. Model performance distribution. As visualized in Figure 3, we analyze the proportion of models that correctly answer each question k/n ratio. Questions where less than 50% of models provide correct answers left of the dashed line in Figure 3 are categorized as hard candidates. This ensures our benchmark focuses on truly challenging questions that current models struggle with. 2. Dataset sampling strategy. We carefully balanced our benchmark to ensure comprehensive coverage across various source datasets. Our hard subset includes precisely 100 questions each from MedQA, PubMedQA, MedMCA, MMLU Pro, and MedXQA. From MedExpertQA, we incorporated both its reasoning MedExpertQAR and understanding MedExpertQAU subsets 100 questions each, which were annotated in the original paper to distinguish between questions requiring complex clinical reasoning versus those primarily testing medical knowledge. Additionally, we included 89 questions from MedBullets and 73 questions from MMLU. This sampling distribution maintains proportional representation across the source datasets while ensuring sufficient sample size to evaluate model performance across different medical question types and their associated reasoning requirements. 3. Reasoning depth. We prioritize questions that require multi-step reasoning processes, where solving the problem involves a sequence of logical deductions or inferences rather than simple fact retrieval. This type of reasoning is typically demonstrated in long chain of thought approaches, where models must work through several intermediate steps to reach a conclusion. The need for such complex reasoning is evidenced by the significant performance gap between base models and agent-based approaches, as shown in Table 3, while Mod. Table 3, performance heat map by base models and datasets. For each task, accuracy values are in percentages, with separate columns for full and hard. The best values and the second best values are highlighted. Model MedCA, PubMedCA, MedMCA, MedBullets, MMLU Pro, MedXCA, MedExpertAR, MedExpertU, full hard, 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 GPT-4o mini 73.422.076.210.066. All tasks are evaluated on the hard set with accuracy in percent using 2 base models, GPT-4o mini and GPT-4o. The best values and the second best values are highlighted. Method MedCA, PubMedCA, MedMCA, MedBullets, MMLU Pro, MedXCA, MedExpertAR, MedExpertU, average 4OM404OM404OM404OM404OM404OM404. In summary, we first evaluate each candidate question across multiple model architectures as shown in Table 3 to ensure the architecture-independent difficulty. Secondly, we conduct a data contamination analysis using MELD memorization effects Levenstein detector Nori et al. 2023. This analysis involves splitting each test item including the question text but excluding answer options into two halves, providing models with only the first half, and then measuring the similarity between their generated continuations and the original second half. This approach allows us to detect whether models have potentially memorized the question formulations during their training, which would invalidate fair evaluation of their reasoning capabilities. As shown in Figure 4, the hard subset selected for our MEDAGENTSBENCH benchmark consistently demonstrates lower similarity scores 20-40% compared to the original datasets, suggesting our filtering process effectively selects questions that test genuine reasoning rather than memorization. Complete details of our MELD methodology and its limitations are discussed in Section 5.1. Finally, for medical professionals, MD students review the final question set to verify clinical relevance and reasoning complexity. The resulting MEDAGENTSBENCH benchmark contains 862 questions with an average token length of 147.4. For experiments, we conduct comprehensive evaluation of both base models and agentic reasoning methods across our MEDAGENTSBENCH benchmark. Our experiments follow a standardized protocol to ensure fair comparison, with consistent prompting strategies and evaluation metrics across all models and methods. 4.1 Experimental setup for base model comparison. We evaluate both closed source models GPT-4o, GPT-4o Mini, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, Claude 3.5 Haiku, O1 Mini, and O3 Mini, and open source alternatives DeepSeek v3, DeepSeek R1, Llama 3.370b, and QWQ32b. Similarity percent. MMLU 0 20 40 60 80 100 similarity percent. MMLU Pro 0 20 40 60 80 100 similarity percent. Med Bullets 0 20 40 60 80 100 similarity percent. Med XQA 0 20 40 60 80 100 similarity percent. Med Maca 0 20 40 60 80 100 similarity percent. MEDQA GPT 3.5 GPT-4 GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o01 Mini O3 Mini DeepSeek v3 DeepSeek R1 QWQ32b Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 Haiku 0 20 40 60 80 100 similarity percent. Med Expert QA GPT 3.5 GPT-4 GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o01 Mini O3 Mini DeepSeek v3 DeepSeek R1 QWQ32b Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 Haiku 0 20 40 60 80 100 similarity percent. PubMed QA GPT 3.5 GPT-4 GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o01 Mini O3 Mini DeepSeek v3 DeepSeek R1 QWQ32b Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 Haiku 0 20 40 60 80 100 similarity percent. MEDAGENTSBENCH data contamination analysis across question types GPT 3.5 GPT-4 GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o01 Mini O3 Mini QWQ32b DeepSeek R1 Llama 3.3-70b DeepSeek v3 Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 Haiku Figure 4. Data contamination analysis across medical question answering datasets using MELD. The box plots display similarity percentages between model-generated text and original question text, with higher values potentially indicating memorization of training data. Lower similarity scores suggest minimal data contamination, while higher values may indicate potential contamination in model training data. Additionally, we evaluate 11 distinct agentic reasoning approaches spanning 3 categories. The first category includes baseline prompting methods such as zero-shot, few-shot, chain-of-thought, and self-consistency. The second encompasses advanced prompting techniques, multi-persona, self-refine, and med-prompt. The third category covers agent-based frameworks, including medical-specific collaboration frameworks MEDAGENTS and MEDAGENTS, which we re-implemented to ensure accurate parsing of multiple-choice responses and search-based agent methods SBO and flow. With search strategies consistent with the original setting, our implementations of these baseline methods and evaluation framework are publicly available at http URL MEDAGENTSBENCH/. Our data contamination analysis figure 4 revealed that OpenAI models demonstrate consistently lower memorization metrics across all datasets compared to other model families. This finding guided our decision to use GPT-4o and GPT-4o Mini as primary models for agentic reasoning to minimize performance advantages stemming from potential training data contamination. Standardized evaluation. All experiments utilize identical prompt templates and evaluation protocols to ensure a fair comparison. We implement a standardized two-round inference protocol per query for agent-based methods requiring multiple inference rounds, e.g., MEDAGENTS. Multi-agent approaches, e.g., multi-persona, consistently employ 3 distinct agent roles for all evaluations. This standardization mitigates confounding factors that might result from implementation variations, allowing us to more accurately attribute performance differences to the methods themselves rather than differences in their implementations. 4.2 Cost estimation. To analyze cost-performance trade-offs, we followed a standardized evaluation protocol. Understanding these trade-offs is particularly important given the significant computational resources required by advanced thinking models, where their enhanced reasoning capabilities often come with substantially higher inference costs and longer processing times than traditional models. Similarly, multi-agent frameworks necessitate multiple 70, 80, 90 pass at 1%. GPT-4o Mini, GPT-4o DeepSeek v301 Mini o3 Mini QWQ32b DeepSeek R1 Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 HiQMed QA Best o3 Mini 92.7%. 10.4.10.37080 GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o DeepSeek v301 Mini o3 Mini QWQ32b DeepSeek R1 Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 HiQMed Maca Best DeepSeek R1 81.9%. 10.4.10.374.76.78 GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o DeepSeek v301 Mini o3 Mini QWQ32b DeepSeek R1 Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 HiQPubMed QA Best o3 Mini 79.6%. 10.4.10.3 10.250 60 70 80 pass at 1%. GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o DeepSeek v301 Mini o3 Mini QWQ32b DeepSeek R1 Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 HiQMed Bullets Best o3 Mini 82.1%. 10.4.10.3 10.260 70 80 GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o DeepSeek v301 Mini o3 Mini QWQ32b DeepSeek R1 Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 HiQMMLU Pro Best DeepSeek R1 79.6%. 10.4.10.3 80 85 90 95 GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o DeepSeek v301 Mini o3 Mini QWQ32b DeepSeek R1 Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 HiQMMLU Best DeepSeek R1 95.0%. 10.4.10.3 Cost dollar and log scale 80-85 pass at 1%. GPT-4o Mini GPT-4o DeepSeek v301 Mini o3 Mini QWQ32b DeepSeek R1 Llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 Sonnet Claude 3.5 HiQMed XQA Best DeepSeek R1 86.6%. 10.4.10.3.10.2 cost dollar and log scale 2030 GPT-4o mini GPT-4o deep seek v301 mini o3 mini QWQ32b deep seek R1 llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 sonnet Claude 3.5 Haiku Med expert QAR best deep seek R1 37.3%. 10.4.10.3.10.2 cost dollar and log scale 2030 GPT-4o mini GPT-4o deep seek v301 mini o3 mini QWQ32b deep seek R1 llama 3.3-70b Claude 3.5 sonnet Claude 3.5 Haiku Med expert QAU best deep seek R1 37.5%. Model performance vs. Cost trade-off thinking model non-thinking model closed source open source Pareto front figure 5 cost performance analysis across 7 medical datasets comparing open and closed source language models. Each subplot shows pass at 1 accuracy percent versus cost per sample USD log scale. Marker shapes distinguish thinking models from non-thinking models, while colors indicate open source blue versus closed source red models. Marker sizes represent inference time, and the red dashed line shows the Pareto frontier of optimal cost-performance trade-offs. Rounds of API calls for agent interactions, further increasing both computational costs and inference times. For API-based commercial models OpenAI and Claude, we calculated costs using their published pricing rates based on total token usage input plus output. For open-source models like DeepSeek, Llama, and QWQ, we estimated costs based on hosting rates from Together AI1, a platform providing API access to open-source models. This approach allows for fair cost comparison between proprietary and open-source alternatives across different deployment scenarios. The total cost of experimentation was $226.17. We measured inference time as wall clock time per sample, including prompt construction and model inference, with agent-based methods including their complete interaction cycles. 4.3 main results. Most models demonstrate significant difficulty with our challenging benchmark, with even powerful systems like GPT-4o achieving only 32.0% accuracy on MED-QA and 18.0% on MED-XQA in our hard subset. This substantial performance drop confirms that our selection criteria F1 HTTP URL effectively identifies questions requiring advanced reasoning capabilities. Amid these challenges, DeepSeek R1 demonstrates remarkable performance, achieving the highest scores on 5 datasets MEDMCA, 31.0%, MMLU, 43.8%, MMLU Pro, 37.0%, MEDXCA, 26.0%, and MEDExpert QAU, 26.0%. Similarly, O3 Mini excels on 3 datasets MEDQA, 53.0%, and MEDBullets, 50.6%, with a tie on PubMedQA at 16.0%. When examining reasoning methods in Table 4, we find that advanced approaches generally outperform baseline methods. Specifically, Aflow demonstrates superior performance, achieving the highest scores on 4 datasets with GPT-4o MEDQA, 48.0%, MEDBullets, 34.8%, MMLU, 38.4%, and MEDExpert QAU, 18.0%, which indicates the effectiveness of automated agentic workflow generation for medical reasoning. Additionally, Multipersona performs exceptionally well on MEDQA 45.0% with GPT-4o and contributes to the second-best results on several other datasets, highlighting the benefits of multi-persona self-collaboration. Traditional methods like chain-of-thought with self-consistency COT-SC show consistent improvements over basic COT, with average gains of 2-3% across datasets, and excel particularly on MMLU Pro 42.0% with GPT-4o. However, domain-specific methods like MED prompt show mixed results, performing well on specific datasets but lacking consistency across different medical tasks. Despite their specialized design for medical scenarios, agent-based methods like MEDAGENTSBENCH 43.0% on MedQA with GPT-4o and MEDAGENTS don't consistently outperform the latest thinking models across all datasets, and they incur significantly heavier computational overhead. This suggests that while agent frameworks provide benefits for specific tasks, the inherent reasoning capabilities of advanced base models may be more important for complex medical reasoning than the framework itself. Overall, our results demonstrate that thinking models, particularly DeepSeek R1 and O3 Mini, consistently excel in complex medical reasoning tasks, while search-based agent methods like Flow also show promising performance in handling intricate medical queries. 5. Analysis. In this section, we comprehensively analyze our experimental results, focusing on two key aspects that impact the performance and reliability of LLMs in medical reasoning tasks. 5.1 Data contamination. To analyze potential data contamination in our benchmark, we utilized the memorization effects Levenshtein detector MELD framework from Nori et al. 2023. The analysis spans GPT 3.5/4, Claude 3.5, and various open source LLMs. While Figure 4 shows the aggregate results, several important nuances warrant discussion. MELD exhibits high precision but unknown recall, meaning that while a detected match strongly indicates memorization, the absence of a match does not guarantee that the data was not seen during training. Our analysis revealed distinct memorization patterns between commercial and open source models. OpenAI models demonstrated consistently lower similarity scores, median 20-25% across medical datasets, suggesting minimal verbatim memorization. In contrast, several open source models DeepSeek R1, QWQ32b, and Llama 3.370b exhibited substantially higher scores. Concerningly, some open source models reproduced question texts with over 95% character level accuracy on certain benchmarks, with MMLU and MMLU Pro showing vulnerability in the 60-90% similarity range. This evidence of training data contamination challenges the validity of fair comparison for these specific combinations of models and datasets. The MELD approach is particularly relevant for multiple choice questions despite their short answer format A, B, C, D, as verbatim reproduction of question text rather than answer choices remains the primary indicator of memorization. This ability to reproduce question text indicates potential exposure during training, which could give certain models an unfair advantage regardless of whether they've memorized the specific answer. The analysis spans GPT 3.5/4, Claude 3.5, and various open source LLMs, providing comprehensive coverage of different model architectures and training approaches. MELD exhibits high precision but unknown recall, meaning that while a detected match strongly indicates memorization, the absence of a match does not guarantee that the data was not seen during training. For instance, Nori et al. 2023 report that GPT-4 reproduces ESC-AD 2.0 questions with 99% character overlap in 17% of cases, highlighting significant memorization. Figure 4 reveals distinct memorization patterns between commercial and open source models. OpenAI models demonstrated consistently lower similarity scores, median 20-25% across medical datasets, suggesting minimal verbatim memorization. In contrast, several open source models DeepSeek R1, QWQ32b, and Llama 3.370b exhibited substantially higher scores, particularly on MEDXQA median 25-30%, with outliers exceeding 80% similarity. Concerningly, some open source models reproduced question texts with over 95% character level accuracy on certain benchmarks, with MMLU and MMLU Pro showing vulnerability in the 60-90% similarity range. There were clear instances of training data contamination, challenging the validity of fair comparison. Hard set selected from MEDAGENTSBENCH demonstrated significantly lower MELD scores across all models, confirming its utility for more reliable performance assessment. Meanwhile, a manual review of high similarity cases in MEDMCA and MEDXQA revealed that while some shared text consisted of standard medical terminology, this likely contributed to the high similarity in these specialist QA datasets rather than direct data contamination. 5.2 Cost Performance Trade-off. Our evaluation examines both model architecture efficiency and reasoning method effectiveness through a cost-performance lens. We analyze these dimensions separately using two complementary visualizations. 5.2.1 Base Model Cost Efficiency. As shown in Figure 5, we compare 10 base models across the performance cost spectrum, categorizing them as open source blue or closed source red, and as thinking models circles or non-thinking models squares. This analysis reveals several important patterns. The Pareto frontier red dashed line identifies models that deliver optimal performance for their cost. Any model below this line represents a suboptimal investment, while models along the line represent the most efficient options available. DeepSeek R1 and O3 Mini consistently appear as empirical Pareto optimal solutions across multiple datasets, indicating their exceptional efficiency in medical reasoning tasks. This empirical frontier represents observed trade-offs in our evaluation rather than theoretical optimality. Domain-specific patterns emerge across different medical benchmarks. For example, MedQA demonstrates steep performance improvements with increased computational investment, jumping from 20% to over 50% accuracy with higher cost models, while PubMed QA shows more modest gains, suggesting diminishing returns from larger models in certain domains. Thinking models circles consistently outperform non-thinking counterparts squares at comparable cost points, with performance differentials of 5-10% in complex tasks like med bullets. This suggests that structured reasoning capabilities justify their computational overhead, particularly for challenging diagnostic scenarios. Open source models demonstrate surprisingly competitive performance despite their lower costs. DeepSeek R1 achieves comparable or superior performance to many closed-source alternatives while requiring 10x more computational costs, most notably in MEDMCA 81.9% accuracy and MMLU Pro 79.6% accuracy. 5.2.2 Reasoning Method Efficiency. Figure 3 extends our analysis to compare various reasoning methods applied to base models, revealing additional insights about cost-effective approaches to medical reasoning. Search-based agent methods like Flow achieve exceptional efficiency on the Pareto frontier, delivering performance comparable to much more expensive base models. This suggests that architectural improvements and reasoning strategies can offset raw model size and parameter count. Traditional reasoning methods like COTSC demonstrate consistent improvements over basic COT, particularly on datasets like MMLU Pro, where they achieve up to 43.0% accuracy with GPT-4o. Advanced prompting techniques occupy different positions relative to the Pareto frontier, with Multipersona showing exceptional efficiency for MedQA 45.0% with GPT-4o but less consistent performance across other datasets. Specialized medical frameworks like MedAgents show mixed efficiency profiles while they excel at specific tasks 43.0% on MedQA with GPT-4o. They don't consistently outperform simpler approaches across all datasets, suggesting that general reasoning capabilities may sometimes be more important than domain-specific frameworks. The overall Pareto frontier reveals a hierarchy of efficiency, where certain combinations of models and methods e.g. DeepSeek R1 with basic prompting or O3 Mini with minimal augmentation deliver optimal performance per dollar spent, making them particularly valuable for resource-constrained deployment scenarios. These complementary analyses demonstrate that both model architecture and reasoning methods significantly impact the cost efficiency of medical AI systems. When selecting approaches for medical reasoning tasks, practitioners should consider both the base model's capabilities and the reasoning framework applied, evaluating them within the context of specific medical domains and available computational resources. 6. Conclusion. Through MEDAGENTSBENCH, we provide several important contributions to medical AI evaluation. First, our comprehensive experiments demonstrate that thinking models, particularly DeepSeek R1 and OpenAI O3 Mini, consistently excel in complex medical reasoning tasks, outperforming traditional approaches across diverse domains. Second, advanced search-based agent methods like AFlow show promising performance to cost ratios, especially on diagnostic reasoning tasks requiring multi-step inference. Our cost performance analysis reveals that open source models can achieve competitive results at significantly lower operational costs, with DeepSeek R1 emerging as a particularly effective option for resource constrained environments. Beyond raw performance metrics, our findings suggest important directions for future research. We observe that agent frameworks provide substantial benefits for specific medical tasks but may not consistently outperform base thinking models across all scenarios. This indicates the need for more task-specific adaptation of reasoning frameworks. Additionally, our contamination analysis highlights the importance of robust evaluation protocols in medical AI, where data contamination can significantly confound performance assessments. Future work should explore hybrid approaches combining the inherent reasoning strengths of thinking models with specialized medical knowledge frameworks, and develop more sophisticated verification mechanisms for ensuring clinical accuracy and safety. Limitations. While MEDAGENTSBENCH provides a rigorous benchmark for evaluating medical reasoning capabilities, several important limitations remain. First, our benchmark primarily focuses on medical question answering tasks based on educational resources, which may not fully reflect the complexity and nuance of real world clinical scenarios. A more comprehensive evaluation would require incorporating real world clinical cases, physician patient dialogues, and diagnostic decision making processes. Second, we lack systematic verification of model outputs by practicing clinicians. This raises concerns about the reliability and alignment of model-generated reasoning paths with established medical knowledge. Future work should establish a more rigorous verification framework involving domain experts to assess answer correctness, the validity of reasoning steps, and potential hallucinations. Finally, while our work demonstrates the effectiveness of multi-agent and ensemble approaches in medical reasoning, we have only scratched the surface of potential ensemble strategies. Sophisticated ensemble methods like stepwise verification, taskwise verification, and dynamic agent collaboration could yield even better performance. For instance, verifying intermediate reasoning steps through model consensus, utilizing heterogeneous model combinations, or implementing adaptive voting strategies based on agent expertise remain unexplored. Future research could investigate 1. More sophisticated voting and aggregation strategies beyond simple majority voting. 2. Adaptive ensemble methods that dynamically adjust agent weights based on task characteristics. 3. Hierarchical ensemble approaches that combine both stepwise and taskwise verification. 4. Methods for increasing response diversity through systematic prompt variation and temperature tuning. 5. Integration of expert knowledge to guide ensemble selection and verification. While our current approach shows promising results, we lack a thorough theoretical understanding of why specific ensemble configurations outperform others in medical reasoning tasks. A more systematic study of ensemble properties such as diversity, correlation, and calibration could guide the development of more effective medical reasoning systems. References: Asma Ben Abacha, Yasin M. Rabbit, Yuhao Shang, Chaitanya Shivade, Curtis Langlotz, and Dina Demer-Fushman. 2021. Overview of the Medica 2021 Shared Task on Summarization in the Medical Domain. In Proceedings of the 20th Workshop on Biomedical Language Processing, pages 74-85.